This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark.
I'm Brian.
And we are talking shit. Today we have a special guest on. Her name is Sanae Loutsis. I hope I say that right. God, I hope I do. We're waiting on her to come in. She just popped on.
Found her.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get to her, let me tell you guys to get over to the Deluxe Edition Network and check out all your favorite podcasts, including the podcast of the month. Mark, that is Bev's Video Kingdom. You can get over there and check those guys out, as well as Stephen Jarvis and Friends, the Deluxe Edition themselves, and your favorite, Talking Shit. That's right, I said it.
All right, let's bring in, let's say, I hope I say this right. I'm just going to say her first name, Sanae.
The first name. So that's all that matters. You got the first name, don't worry about the last name.
We want you to say it because we have butchered it 37 times tonight. I was like, listen, I'm telling you, it's Sanae Loutsis.
You got the last name, he got the first name, so I think it equals out.
Okay. Then
yeah, to begin with, I asked Peter how to say your name. So if we said it wrong, we were going to just, press the button and have him say it.
Yeah, no, my name is something else. It was funny because that's not even like technically how you say it. It's Japanese. And so my dad picked it out and that's what he said. And I don't know how he got that, but that's what it is now. So
I was actually going to ask, that was one of my questions. I wanted to know where the name come from. If are you of a, I thought maybe it was a Greek thing, like Greek descent or something like that.
The last name is. So my first name is Japanese. My last name is Greek since my dad's Greek and my mom's Japanese. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it took me a while to get this interview with you. You're very busy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, I've been hounding your dad since I want to say since September, but some things got changed around to where now you finally made it, so that's all that matters.
Woo! I'm excited to be here. So
perfect.
And I gotta give a shout out to Peter.
Hey, I see you down there. What's up, Peter? Missing you.
All right, so Mark, you want to kick this off with some questions and answers, or you want to let her tell everybody about herself?
Well, we could always start off with that. Let's see what she tells people.
Man, that's I don't know, man. 18 years? How do I sum that up? No. Well, my name is Sanae Loutsis, as you guys fabulously pronounced. I'm an actress. I've been doing so since I was 4 years old. I have been in quite a few films, just to name a few: The Black String, Vengeance 1 and 2, Roseblood, The Last Sleigh Ride, The Parish, and many more that I could name off. But IMDb exists for a reason, so you can look up there. And I mean, other than that, I'm a normal girl. I'm a senior in high school, heading to college this fall. So that's most of it. Yeah.
Very cool.
What was your first acting gig?
My first acting gig, I was in a documentary called Next when I was, I want to say like maybe 6 or 7, somewhere around there. I was really small, and it was basically just on young girls trying to make it in the acting industry. And yeah, it was kind of cool because I just played myself. I was like, oh, this is lit,
Yeah, I read somewhere that you started off with modeling and then went into acting. Is that correct?
This is fairly true. I started off with those little like ads that you see, kind of like you can be the next Disney star. Except that like I got approached at the mall and they were like, "Wow, your daughter's so cute. She should do this program that costs like lots of money, whatever, whatever." And so then they signed me up for it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, fun." So that included like modeling and acting in it. So I started going to those classes. They had little like showcases, and I did that, and I ended up with an agent, and well, we're here today. So somehow it worked, I guess. I mean, we're not quite at Disney, but it's something, that's for sure.
I know
you're
the
probably
approach.
better
I've
off.
heard that.
What?
I said you're probably better off not being with Disney.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, maybe I can't say that. I'm at Disney World right now, so.
Well, see, we didn't even have to ask that one.
Well, no,
your
that
dad
was my
did tell me
question,
that you guys were in Florida.
Oh, yep, Disney World. Woo!
Yeah, it's the most expensive place on earth.
This is true. This is Florida.
Listen, you're 18, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not 21, so you don't have to worry about the beverages there.
Yeah.
As far as get the cup that you scan.
No, I'm lucky. I'm here as a freeloader with my parents, so it's all on them. I don't worry about much.
Wait a minute. Well, I thought you were making all the money.
Oh, well, college, right?
That's right. Tuck it away.
Yep.
Very cool.
You figure out what college you want to go to yet?
Not quite. I've been accepted to a few, so I'm still kind of figuring it out, and I have a couple more that I'm waiting to hear back from. But I got into Chapman, so I'm considering them. They gave me a nice scholarship, and I just a couple days ago got into UC Irvine, so we'll see.
It's a nice one.
So are you from the California area, or is that?
I'm not. I'm born and raised in Seattle, but I swear, I tell people I'm like a lizard person. Like I'm really cold all the time. Like I'm meant to live in like a warm area because like I'll sunbathe all day. But so.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you're in Seattle. Is that born and raised? That's where you live. That's where you got discovered in a mall in Seattle.
Yep. I was just like out for Halloween one night, dressed up as Belle and just doing my thing, and yeah.
Nice. Very cool. So you said that you are in high school right now. You're a senior in high school. Do you want to shout out to your high school?
I think they're left unsaid.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
There's something. So.
Okay. Listen, we ask. It's your show. We're just facilitating it. That's all.
Yeah, it's like a private school, and they're interesting for sure.
Do you got a lot of fans in school? They know that that you're on film and stuff like that.
You know what? I'll say they have great people there. It's like an education that was good for a while. I've outgrown it. I think that's what it is. Especially senior year, I'm just like, get me out. But
bigger and better things.
There are some times that you'll miss it when you get older.
Oh yeah.
And then there's going to be other times you're like, nope, I wouldn't do that again.
Yeah, I have some great friends though, so it is all worth it, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's always good to have good friends there. Do you strictly do horror films mainly?
I mean, I get cast in a lot of horror films. I'll do anything though. Well, within reason, I won't say anything, but no, I did a movie called The Last Sleigh Ride, which was like a horror comedy. So, we were like, okay, not totally horror. And then a couple, maybe last spring, I want to say. I don't know, I'm losing track of time already. But I did a Western movie called Dead River. So it's my first like totally non-horror, nothing to do with that kind of thing.
Dead River. What year was that?
It was only like a couple years ago, I want to say. So probably last spring.
Okay.
A year ago. 20.
Look it up.
I'm gonna. I'm not even a Western fan. I just, we're fans of you, so we wanted to.
Yeah, I was looking and I was like, we were looking at all the movies that you'd been done, and Black String came up, and I was like, man, I seen the previews for it, but I never even knew that it was out there until
Didn't even
just
know it was a
recently.
thing either, and I was
And
like,
I looked at the previews. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta watch
Yep.
this now.
Yep. Same.
I mean, how old were you in that? That was like, I forget what year that was.
I think I was about 12, 13, that around that age. Yeah.
And who do you play in Blackstream?
I have like a pretty small part, but I get to act with Frankie Muniz. I think my character's name was Isabel, I believe. Yeah.
I believe that's the name that I seen.
Isabel. That's the name.
That's the one we're going with.
Yes. And if it's not, I don't think the name's ever said. So like it could be. You never know. Like
There you go.
That works for me.
So that was a great question mark about the do you only do horror, because I was going to ask her if she ever considered doing a comedy movie.
Oh, I'm always down for a comedy, you know? Like I like doing kind of just whatever because I just enjoy acting and I'm like in it for I don't know, anything. Yeah.
Yeah, she likes choking Jason out with chains.
That is pretty fun. I can't deny that. But
What was it like? What was it like working with Peter?
Oh, working with Peter was terrible. I hate him, really. I hate him. No, I'm kidding. Peter's great. I love Peter so much. It was like kind of it's always nice when like your director is also an actor and like kind of gets that. So it was very nice when he was like directing to get like input in a way that like makes more sense to an actor rather than like being stuck in a director brain. And she's also just like really funny on set. Like I remember in the script, like there's parts where like I make fun of his like 5 head or whatever, and he's just like laughing with us about it. And he's like, "Yeah, I have a giant forehead. My whole head is a forehead."
That's
I'm
right.
like, I'm so glad you can laugh about that because I think it's really funny too. So I don't want to be laughing at you, but no, he's great, and he's also just like the sweetest dude. I mean, he's like. We always say like Jason's a gentle giant. So is Peter. Peter is also a pretty gentle giant. I mean, he gets in. He's maybe a little bit more rough around the edges, but like you get to know him, and he's a softie. So
Awesome.
I've talked to Peter before, and I've talked to Jason before, Jason Brooks, and it was quite interesting. Both of those two, they can come up with some stories about what it was like with Vengeance too, because it was cold and you guys were going through COVID and stuff like that. What's Jason like though on set?
oh my goodness, Jason Brooks. I mean, if there was an audience, I'd be like, give him a round of applause. He's just like one of those people that like you meet him and he's just like, wow, you are talented at like everything. Okay, whoa. Because he does like all the special effects. He directs, he acts. He's like playing like monsters, which is just a different level of acting that like I haven't had to do. And I'm like, I don't know how you do that, but that's really cool. And like just the most amazing, sweet, and kind person I think I've ever met. Oh my goodness. He's always willing to like step in and do the job that needs to be done. And, even if it's not his job and he's just like, okay, we just need to get it done. And he's just so good.
So the first movie I saw you in was in fact Roseblood, where you played Rose. And "It's not my blood" is still going to be one of the best lines in a horror film. Let me ask you about the blood. Was it sticky? Was it that cornstarch? What is it? Corn syrup and red food coloring? What was that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was actually just like a soapy mixture. I remember them being like, yeah, it's totally safe for your skin. I just remember being really cold. I was so cold. I was like shivering. And I remember like a little bit did get in my eye, and it definitely was soapy because it just kind of burned a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay, that kind of hurt. But let's go, guys. But yeah, no, it was literally so fun though. I was like, wow, I feel like I'm Carrie right now, and this is kind of like my Carrie fantasy. Like I love it. So
How many many takes was there of the blood, or how long did you have to have that blood on?
It wasn't too long. Everyone got going, and they're kind to me, and they're like, okay, we'll do our A game. So I'm pretty sure we did like maybe 3 or 4 at most. I feel like it didn't seem like that many, at least. So.
Okay.
So you played, basically what they call the final girl. You and your sister on there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that term?
I like it. I mean, I think it's got a nice ring to it, But yeah, no, it was like, it's just always cool, especially because it's not like alone. It's one thing when you're like the actual like final girl, but doing it with Kelly, Ashley, and Angelica, sisters for life. But yeah, it was just kind of fun, and it's like nice to say that like I outlived everyone else, right? Like it's just got some street cred, I feel like. So.
Brothers and sisters, do you have any?
I do. I have an older brother. He's like 23 or something like that. He's like in the military with like 2 kids, married. He went that route, and I'm so proud of him. Not my route, but I love that for him. So.
In Vengeance 2 and in Roseblood, there was a lot of killings. Which one were your favorites?
Oh, that make me decide? Make me choose?
I'll give you 2 of them.
Okay.
That way, it's a little bit easier.
Let's see. Well, I love Louis' kill in Vengeance 1. That's like always a good one, especially because it was fun, because it was Jason killing almost himself, but it wasn't him, it was Louis, So that was fun. I feel like I'll like even out. I'll choose one from Vengeance, I'll choose one from Roseblood. For Roseblood, I always love the scene in the, it's not a bedroom, but it's like referencing the bedroom, like through the screen door, and Brent, I don't remember his character's name, I'm gonna be honest, but Brent, he's like on one side of the door, Jason's on the other, and then he puts his hand through the door. I don't remember.
Okay.
But that scene, it was just, that one was so good. I remember them setting up that shot, and I was like mad impressed. I was like, whoa, I didn't know that's how that was done, but that was really cool. And then it turned out really cool too. So
when you were cast for these roles, did you know anything about Friday the 13th?
No, I did not know anything. When I was first in Vengeance 1, I was very anti horror movies. I did not like them. I was like a crybaby at everything. I was traumatized. My dad put on Chucky one day, and I started sobbing, and it was like the morning too, and I was like, that is so rude. This is so scary. But yeah. But now I like horror movies. Now I'm like a big fan. I enjoy watching them.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Did you actually go and watch the movies after you got cast in one of those? Did you go back and watch any of the Friday the 13th, any of those movies?
Yeah, I've watched some of them. I've watched not all of them. I'll just be 100% honest. I heard some of them weren't as good as other ones, so I watched the better ones and the ones reference the ones that I've done. So part 6 and all that jazz.
Oh, there's another question.
Oh, yes. Let's put this one up there. I like this one.
Thanks, Rose. Could still be Rose is pretty cool. So I think Rose can definitely still be alive. I think she's got powers. Come on. She can kind of do whatever she wants. Let's just be honest here.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that statement. I think that she could be alive. In this day and age in movies, anything can happen. Exactly. Peter, part 2. Come on.
Mark's in. He's like, come on. Who needs money? I'm flying people out to. Hey, where did you guys film that, by the way? I know we talked to Peter about this. Where was that filmed at?
We filmed it in Seattle, kind of actually at my house. So we have we have our house, and then we have a whole back area, and it has our guest house. But my dad, Mr. Construction Man, he built a giant facility that we just kind of filmed the whole thing in. It was pretty cool, and now it's a movie theater.
That's
I don't
cool.
know. He does a bunch of stuff. I don't even get it, but it's cool, and there's no denying that.
Didn't your dad also build the cathedral or the yeah,
He did.
he
He
built
did
that
do
too,
that.
didn't he?
Yeah,
And
he
that's still standing in your backyard, right?
It is. Yeah, it was supposed to leave like a year after we filmed it, and then it's still there and it's chilling. And every once in a while, I have the friends over. I'm like, "You guys want to go in the church?" And they're like,
May I,
"No." And I'm like, "Yes, you do. You want to go in there?"
Oh hell, if
may,
I go
may have
to,
to use
I'd
it for
love
a
to.
sequel.
What?
Well, I don't know if they're going to do a sequel to Vengeance 2. I don't know because everything's been told. What was it like to know that you were going to be the daughter of Tommy Jarvis?
Well, as we discussed prior, I didn't really know Friday the 13th before getting into it. But once I did know, I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. I like being Tommy Jarvis's daughter. I'm like, he's a pretty sick character. So I was like, I don't know. It was just like cool. It was also a little bit of pressure. I was like, man, I got to carry on that legacy though. It's a little stressful, but it's okay. We got it and we did
I
it.
was
So.
Yeah, I was actually happy at the end of Vengeance 2 when Tommy showed up. It was like in the beginning when I was watching the YouTube stuff that that they were doing and stuff, they said that there's going to be a surprise. I'm not sure if it was your dad or if it was Jason Brooks himself that said there's a surprise ending. And I was like, okay, I said there's only one surprise ending that it could be, and that would be Tommy showing up. And oh my god, that made it even better. I
Yeah,
loved it.
that was literally the coolest thing ever. I remember when they like proposed it initially, I was like, "Are you serious? Like that would be so sick." And then they ended up doing it, and Tom Matthews is just like the sweetest guy. Oh my goodness. I mean, I say that about like everyone on Vengeance, but I really do mean it. Like everyone there is just so like driven and kind and like willing to step in and do whatever. But yeah, no, Tom Matthews, he was so great. It was fun watching him actually more than anything. But yeah.
I love watching the fan films because you get characters back that were, like Darcy Dumas. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody thought she was dead, and come to find out she wasn't. Thank you, Peter, for actually telling me how she survived, because I had to ask him because he said that she was in it. I was like, how did she survive? I mean, I couldn't see that. Watching the movie, I just couldn't see it. But Um, okay, here's another term. Scream queens.
Yeah, I mean, I like the term. I don't always know if I fit the term, but yeah, I mean, I do have a set of lungs on me, so there's that. But yeah, no, I don't know. I like the
Uh,
Final Girl, I think, better than Scream Queen, but I'll take Scream Queen too. I don't know.
so who do you think is, if you were to consider that, who the queen is now? From back then to now, and there's been a lot of them, but who would you put your money on?
That's tough, but I am a Gen Z person, so I spend a lot of time on TikTok. And there's a lot of like online consensus there. Jenna Ortega in the like latest in like X, I think it was.
Oh, she was awesome
Man,
in it.
that scream was like insane. That was good. That was really good. So
And even in Scream, she's really good too.
yeah, I've heard good things about it. I have yet to see that, but yeah.
You have not? Have you seen any of the Screams?
I don't think I have. I feel like I would have remembered, so I don't think so.
I mean, they're good movies. Minus three. Three.
Actually, I take it back. I think I saw the first one. That's the
The
one
first
with
one,
Drew Barrymore's in it for like
yes.
2 minutes, right? Okay. I
Yeah.
did see that one.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah,
Yep.
the very first one. I mean, I like the first one. I like the sixth one. I just don't like the third one a whole lot because they had to mess it all up and change the script because it got leaked.
Oh, that's sad.
Now, I was trying to make these things up for YouTube, or not YouTube, but TikTok and stuff, and I was trying to figure out how to match up. Telling people to come watch this and stuff, how to match it up with you, but I didn't know what type of music you liked, so it was kind of hard. So I used one of the songs from Roseblood in it, in one of them. And that was perfect. But I just didn't know what type of music you listened to because everybody's different.
Yeah, I don't even know what I consider my genre. Whenever I tell my friends, they're like, "Wow, you have like very chill vibes tonight," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, I like lots of different type of music. I mean, I just went to the SZA and Omar Apollo concert, so we love SZA and Omar Apollo. But yeah, no, that was fun. But like some good T Swift, Been watching all her concert vids; those are cool. But yeah, I'd say I'm kind of into like pop or like chill kind of indie pop music, I guess maybe.
Sounds
But
like Daughters.
I also do love the song that Jessica wrote for Roseblood, so that is a solid pick.
That one is good. I have that one actually saved to my phone because I liked it a lot. So
Yeah, I feel there's a lot of music that like I can appreciate, even if it's not necessarily like my vibe. I'm like that is like objectively a good piece of music. I just probably wouldn't listen to it like in a car ride.
yeah, that's the way I am with my daughter when she puts on her music. I don't want to listen to it. Some of it's not bad, but some of it, I just don't like the, big rapping, with, a whole bunch of different shit in it. But I can't be no worse than what we listen to when we were young.
So now, who is your biggest supporter for your career? Is it mom or dad or?
I mean, I think we all gotta know it's my dad. I mean, he's like always there. And don't get me wrong, my mom is like right up there, if not like tied. But I think it's very different because my dad is like a public kind of supporter, like he's always on Facebook. He's like, I'm so proud of my daughter. I love my daughter. I'm like, thanks, Dad. I love you too. But my mom, like, she doesn't really use social media. She's just always like there with me, like my whole like routine with my mom is like I drive home from school and I'll call her on the way home and she's just like, so how was your day? Oh, good job on getting a good math score on your test or something. So yeah, they support me in different ways, I guess I would say, but both of them for sure are my biggest.
Very cool.
You stole my question.
Sorry.
I was gonna ask that one, after you're done, but okay, that's not a big deal. I knew we'd have something. So, you said that you didn't really care for horror a whole lot before this. What kind of movies do you like?
Well,
sappy romances.
I do like myself a good sappy romance, to be honest. But in general, I gotta say I'm an artsy fartsy person. I like to draw and paint and do that whole gamut. I was even initially gonna go to art school, which I'm kind of glad I'm not doing that anymore, but whatever. So I do like kind of more like artistically interesting films, I like myself a good Wes Anderson or something. But I kind of go all over the board. I mostly just have genres I'm not as big of fans of, which is like I can appreciate action movies, but I personally just I don't know. For some reason they're not interesting to me and I don't really like watching them. My parents will watch like a Marvel movie and I'll like fall asleep and I'm like, okay, cool. But
yeah. Okay.
You were on you did an episode of like a Discovery investigation Discovery or something like that. What was that role? What was that?
I did do that. Yeah, I did a part on I think this is called Evil in Law. And yeah, whoa, that was a long time ago. You just like reached back in the depths of my brain on something that I hadn't thought about in a minute. Yeah, no, I think I played the younger version of one of the characters on there. But that was cool because I don't do a lot of TV stuff like ever. So that was kind of fun because I was like, oh, TV, interesting. But yeah, well, I hadn't thought about that one in a minute.
Is TV a lot different than doing film, or is it about the same, or?
It's like pretty similar. I mean, I'm sure it's different if you're like a regular on a TV show, right? Because like then that I imagine it's a lot of like going back to things you've already done and like continuing a storyline more intensely, I think. But I haven't been a recurring person on a TV show, so I couldn't really say. But as far as like filming one episode compared to like a movie, it's like similar, except that you do it all in like a day, which is nice.
Yeah.
So
You get done, you're in, you're out. Hey, that was good. What did I do again? What was my name?
yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, no, I was so small too. I was like, yeah, what did I do?
Listen, I
remember
played the hamburger helper guy for like 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding. Okay.
Oh. I mean, you told me you could have. I wouldn't know. No, I have so many friends in school. They like to flex at me because they know I like do acting, and they're like, "Sanae, I was like a child model," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And they're like, "Yeah, I was like in a Gerber ad or something." I was like, "Awesome! I'm so happy for you." Like, I don't know why you need to tell me that, but they're like, "Oh, I just thought you'd be interested." I'm like,
super cool. Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, cool.
Actually, we've talked to this one over with a few people, but we want to get a female's perspective. Since there's not too many horror figures out there that are females, would you be interested in playing one?
Like the killer.
Like play the killer.
Oh my God. I mean, I feel like Rose gave me a little taste of that. I wouldn't say she's like one of those, but like, oh my God, I'd love to be like a monster, or not even a monster, just like a more psychological kind of killer. I know. I think that's so fun. I'm a big fan of the blood and guts. I got into like special effects makeup as a kid, still into it, just don't have the time to do it as often. But like what Jason and Naomi all do over like Real Fiction, I mean, man, that stuff is cool. So I'm always down to be the one like doing the dirty work because I like myself some blood. That's fun.
So if you could create that character for, I don't know, for Peter to be the starring role person, you create the character, he has to write the script. What kind of character would you be?
I mean, I like films that make you like think a lot. So probably someone that you like definitely don't think is like the killer at first kind of thing. And then like you start putting the pieces together and you're like, oh, I don't know about her anymore. And then like a nice reveal kind of moment,
Gotcha.
That's not bad. I mean, I was thinking more like, if you're going to do something, if they don't show you on camera at all until the very end, and then,
No,
like,
I don't like films like that, Mark. I'm sorry. I disagree with that.
I do. But I also like the ones where, like with Scream, where the killer's with you the whole time and you don't really know it. But then you start, like she said, you start getting clues and you're like, dude, we know who the killer is now.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like the films that make you think that this person's the killer and come to find out the other person is.
Yeah,
a little misdirection moment. That I like that as well. I don't know. I am very much of like, I just kind of do what I like, like I'll read someone's script and I'll be like, that's really cool. And then other ones I'll read and I'm like, it's cool. But so I'm not much of a writer, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the script thing because I was going to ask you if you were ever handed a script and turned it down.
Yeah. I mean, I have. It happens not like that often because I'm lucky. I'm surrounded by like awesome, really talented people that like happen to offer me like really quality scripts. But there's definitely been a small handful that like I've just read it and I'm like, I don't know. Even as like a kid for like auditions and stuff, usually I would end up doing it. But as a kid, I was like, I didn't like cussing. And so anytime there was like a cuss word in the script, I would change it, which kind of was automatic for the most part, like out. But, I stood by those morals. I don't have those morals anymore, but I'm happy for Sanae doing that, But, yeah, sometimes there's just like some weird stuff in the script and I'm like, I don't know about that, but I hope it comes out well, that kind of thing.
So you weren't into cursing and then all of a sudden you came on a talk show called Talking Shit.
Yeah.
There-
The world is wild, huh? The places
right?
we go.
We tried to just turn this thing into a shit show for our fans. So
I love
Some of
it.
them, and sometimes we do pretty good, and we get some good views, and then there's other times where, oh, wait a minute, we haven't got any bad reviews yet. Oh, never mind.
listen,
Oh,
they're
No, we
coming.
will.
They're coming. People are gonna be like, hey, listen, I don't understand what these guys think that they're doing, but how about a favorite film set that you've been on? Do you have one in particular?
Man, I've been on so many good ones. It is really difficult to choose. As I've kind of already said, everyone in the like Vengeance Roseblood family is like really awesome. I mean, we're literally like a family. Like I feel like Jason, Peter, Naomi, they're all like my cousins and my uncles and my aunts, like we're all very close still, all very close on set. Um, I think maybe I'll give it to Roseblood though. It was one of those films where like when I did it, like beforehand to that, I was kind of in like a lull of acting. I was like, I wasn't liking it as much. I got kind of a little tired of it, I was like, having done it since I was 4, I was like, I don't know, like, do I really want to do this? And then I did Roseblood, and everyone on set just being so like into it and the community of it, and just like, I mean, it was also like just a great film, anyways. But a lot of it was like those awesome people and seeing all these creative people in one room helping each other. And it just really was like, I kind of had a moment. Like, I remember our last day on set when we wrapped, it was like the sun was rising. It was 6 a.m. I should have been on my way to school, but instead I was wrapping a film. And I was like, I started crying. I was like, I'm so sad this is over. And that was kind of the moment where I was like, all right, well, I'm sad this is over. So I think I must love this. I think I must love it. So that was kind of, I think I'll give it to Roseblood then, just for that moment alone. But.
Well, that's really cool. Mark, I just want to ask a follow-up question to that question. Out of all the sets that you've been on, and I've seen Roseblood, I've seen a couple, is there anything that you took off of the set just because you had to have it?
Well, I mean, like, I can make the argument that I took the church, like it's on my house, like it's on my property. But I mean, other than that, like, a lot of times on these like indie films, we'll use a lot of our own stuff too. So like a lot of the costumes and stuff, like they're my clothes. So I'm like, I'm still wearing it on a random Wednesday sometimes. But so kind of, but I don't really take much. Actually, a lot of it lives on our property too, in like a prop house. It's where we store a lot of the stuff. So actually, I had like a Halloween party this last October, and we used a few of the props in did like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. We used
Very cool.
some of the props. So I haven't like stolen anything, I'd say, but yeah.
Nothing that you had to have from a set. You're like, oh my God, I got to have that picture. I got to have that poster. Gotta have.
I mean, it's just all kind of there, I could take it if I wanted to, but
yeah.
This is the clock. It's still out. The jury's still out. I can still go and steal it, but not yet.
What's that one? Oh yeah. Being that you're a young actress and you've grown up in this business, what would you give a upcoming person advice on?
I mean, just go for it. Like, you'll have, maybe you won't. Most people will have moments, rough patches, but through it all, I've just kind of, especially like, man, I keep getting sappy. It's like the end of high school for me too. And so it's just a lot of like, your hard work will pay off in the end. I don't like, it just will. There's going to be really hard moments where it just feels like, dang, I did all that for nothing. I remember when I was small, I was like, I missed my best friend's birthday party for nothing. I'm nothing. Like, I won't get any roles. I keep going to all these auditions and I'm not getting anything. But a lot of it is once you kind of get your foot in that door, you'll start finding a lot more. So it's a waiting game, honestly, and it kind of sucks initially because you're just like, it's a lot of, you're going in, you're not getting anything out of it. And that's never fun. I don't want to go to the store and try to buy something and then they're like, actually, I'm not going to give it to you. Like, no one wants.
Yeah, we've changed our mind.
Yeah, exactly. So just like keep pushing, and it's all going to work out in the end. I'm a very firm believer in that. Well, I'll just say I am like a Christian, but it's been complicated at times, I'm not gonna lie, but I do think there is like a plan for your life, and it will work out in one way or another. It might not be where you think it is, but it will.
That's really good thinking. The way you said that, I feel like that's absolutely right too. I think everything happens for a reason. Your life has dramatic turns, twists and turns, kind of like a movie. Maybe like a horror film sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. But it does. You're absolutely right. And I think that those that take the opportunity to work hard in order to try to make their lives something better for themselves, they're all going to work out in the end. So if you could go back then and decide, hey, you know what? I want to go to my friend's birthday party instead. Do you think that you'd be where you are right now?
Who's to really say? I mean, I don't know, maybe, but maybe not. I think every little thing that you would like go back and change is going to change in some way in your future, kind of like a butterfly effect thing.
Yeah.
So I really in the end would not go back in my life and change like anything. I mean, there's things that like I regret for sure, but I think actually it's like the little things that end up making the biggest difference, like, man, I really wish I didn't bite my brother when I was a kid, because that he teases me about it all the time. But you know what I learned from it? That's for sure. I learned to never bite my brother again. And, I mean, that's just a trivial kind of thing. But it's like those mistakes that at least I learned best from. My bad score on my math test. I always remember that, dividing by 0 gets you 0, like that kind of thing. But
Has your since becoming an actress and stuff, has your friends, have they been supportive? Have your friends, have they stayed your friends basically? I'm asking.
Yeah, I would say I don't think my acting in any way has like impacted my friendships too much. At least all my friends right now, they all are just I don't want to say they don't care, because it's not that they don't care, but they're kind of going along like with their own life and I'm going with mine, and they'll ask about it. They're like, oh, how was work, and I'm like, it was good, but I mean, none of them really watch it. They're not into like horror movies or anything, and I do go to like a private school, so they're kind of like, oh, I don't know, but they're all very supportive of it. They're like very happy, and they're always like wanting to know like what's going on, and like how in whatever way they can help me. If I'm gone for a couple weeks, they'll be like, oh, if you need any help with like what you missed, like I'll help you. And I'd say like, I don't know, I've been really lucky to have some like really good friends. Have I lost in friendship? Sure, but I'd say none of them went out in like a bad way.
What's the farthest you ever had to travel for a role?
I went to New Mexico for that Western, and I had never been there before, so that was fun. Other than that, I did go to Georgia over the summer too for a little like short film role with, so I did go to Georgia. That was fun.
Okay.
Have you been part of any part of any horror cons or any?
Yes, I've been to 2. I think 2. Yeah, I think it was CryptoCon in Seattle. And I want to say, I'm gonna check with my dad off camera. Was it New Jersey HorrorCon, Dad? In New Jersey HorrorCon in New Jersey. Yeah.
What projects do you have coming up? Do you have some projects coming up?
I do. I have. Let's see. Let's see if I
got to write these down, so talk slow.
So I have from Jason Hawkins, I have Cross Hollow that will be coming out some point soon, and Ouija as well from Jason Hawkins. And then I will be filming over the summer a movie called 259 with Cody Newton, who was the DP of Vengeance 2 and of Roseblood, and he did some camera work on V1. So I'm very excited for that, to be working with him again. I'm also going to be working on a film with Dave Schechter and Earl Grey, who I did Beloved Beast with, actually, when I was however old I was, 13, something like that. And so I'll be working on a film with them in a couple months, I want to say. We're in March. Yeah, so like a couple months. And called Finding Astria. So keep a lookout for that. And there's that Western Dead River that I mentioned with Jerry G. Angelo and Aubrey, who kind of are making that film. So there's that one. And
You don't have to get them all. That's fine. We
I
know
know
that you got
I
a
missed
bunch
a big
coming
one.
up.
I missed a big one because I've been thinking about it honestly too much. Killcraft with Mark Savage. I filmed that one over last summer, and we just finished it.
I believe I did see that on IMDb.
Yes.
Is that a horror or is that more action? Because that
It's
to
more-
me,
Yeah, it's more of an action kind of thriller thing. So I'm like I'm an assassin, you know. So
Uh-oh.
very cool.
pretty cool. Can't lie. And that's everything. I knew I was like
For now, there's more to
Yeah.
come though.
For now, yeah.
Actors and actresses. Do you have a favorite that you've worked with, and who would you like to work with? Dream gig.
You know, I've always stood by that I don't really have like one person because I just am always so like excited to work with anyone, whether it's like a no name from Pennsylvania or like Tom Cruise or something. Like I'm just as excited to work with either one, honestly. So I just don't even have an answer. I love all of them because every single actor I see, I like appreciate what they're doing. And that's really all I need is just like I just want to be working with people that want to be acting and are excited to be acting like with me.
Is there a type of movie that you don't want to do?
A bad one? I don't want to do a bad movie.
Nobody does.
Exactly. But I can't always determine that one, quite honestly. But I mean, not really. I'm pretty willing to do like most things. I mean, obviously, as I've said, there's like some that like I'll just
Within reason.
I don't know. Yeah, within reason. So.
Okay. I wrote this down a few days ago, so this is going to be interesting. All right. I'm going to say one word. I'm going to say a name, and you could give one word answers only.
Oh.
All right. All right. I'm going to start off easy, and we're going to go with Jason Brooks.
I always think of two words.
Okay, I'll let you have two.
Talented. We're just going to go easy.
Peter Anthony.
Smart. He's just, yeah.
Jenna Ortega.
What's a good word? Star.
Kane Hodder.
Legend.
Nev Campbell.
Just awesome. I don't know. It's really difficult.
And you.
Something.
You're not going to say that you're awesome. You're not going to say you're good. You're just going to say something.
To one's interpretation. I'm definitely something, you know? Can't deny that one.
Okay.
Did you guys have prom?
Yeah, I went to prom last year, but we have a prom this year too, I guess. But yeah.
So
Junior and
you
senior.
had your junior prom last year, your senior prom is this year. You going this year?
Probably. I don't know. I think so. I just like wearing dresses. I think that's fun. So
Okay.
any excuse to wear a dress on.
She's going to be the killer in a movie that wears only dresses and high heels.
I was just gonna let the other
And
girls
runs about a 4-minute mile.
Oh, I could never do that. No, I don't know about that.
I was
What
just
do you
gonna
do
have
for
the other
fun?
girls at school bring buckets of blood for you.
Oh no.
Come on.
Oh no.
Do we do the carry screen? The carry part at prom?
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I'd probably be more excited than not for that. That would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'd just be sad about ruining the dress. Like I'd want to know in advance so I can like wear.
That this is happening. Yeah, I can understand. Mark, I'm sorry I cut you off.
No. You're right. What do you do for fun?
I mean, I kind of said earlier I like to like draw and paint and do all that kind of jazz. I also have like the cutest dog on the planet. Her name's Diamond. She's like super fluffy. Like I don't know. If you just think of like a cotton ball, it's pretty much my dog. So I like hanging out with her. She used to be like really puppy like and liked playing, but now she's like chilled out, which is way more my vibe. So we'll just like snuggle on the couch, you know, watching TV. But yeah, and I guess like I don't know, just I don't mind scrolling through TikTok or watching a good movie, like that kind of thing, and hanging out with
What's
my
the last
friends.
movie you watched?
Did you say the first movie I'd watched?
No,
The
what's
last.
the last
The
movie
last
you watched?
movie I watched. What is the last movie I watched? Did I watch one? I'm thinking if I watched one on the plane right here. I don't think I did. I probably, honestly, I don't remember. But I know a movie I've been wanting to watch so bad, and I keep berating my parents about because I recommended it to them and they watched it without me, was Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've literally wanted to watch it for months. And
Everything everywhere all at once.
yeah,
What's
it
that
just,
about?
it's like kind of a multiverse kind of thing. It just won like 7 Oscars, I believe, at the Oscars this year.
Is it on Netflix right now and it starts out with an Asian lady?
I don't think it's on Netflix, but it does start out with an Asian lady. Yeah, Michelle Yeoh. She's like cool, yeah.
Yes, I did see this movie. It is absolutely insane. You
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
gonna have
watch
to
it,
watch
but you gotta follow it, dude. If you step away, you are gonna be so far lost. You're gonna be like, wait a minute.
Well, that's why they got a pause button.
No. You don't pause it. You rewind and start it over again and say, okay, well, this
Yeah, okay. I'll never get through the movie then.
How about a series? Is there a series that you would recommend, something you've watched that you want others to dive into? We call it binge watching series.
Oh, that's the only way to watch a series these days. Like, I'm a binge watcher. I can't spend like 2 weeks. I don't know. I am very much a child at heart still, so I like watching like cartoons and stuff, like the reruns from like childhood. So I started rewatching like The Amazing World of Gumball. That show is so funny. It's more funny now that I've grown up. It's just very meta, and it's I don't know, but
my daughter is 24 or 23, and my other daughter's going on 21, and they both still watch TV shows that they watched from back then. I'm like, okay, they used to watch SpongeBob all the time. I'm like, please, God, kill me now.
Yeah, I'll give you SpongeBob. He's definitely. My mom is also a SpongeBob hater. She's like,
well, I didn't hate him. I didn't dislike SpongeBob at first. He was good at first, but then as cartoons go, some of them get outrageous, and I just Can't
Listen,
do it.
Mark, you want to go back and we can watch Ren and Stimpy. We can watch Beavis. But I mean, come on, the kids these days, they got their own thing that they got to do, right? But I'll
Well,
tell you,
no,
man,
a lot of the cartoons I do like, but just some of them, like Ren and Stimpy, it got dumber.
well, it was a good one. Bring it back. Bring
They
it
do.
back.
They have it back.
Oh, it's not back the way it should be.
No. It's never going to be.
So you are in Florida. You're in Disney. So you're on vacation, is what I take it. You're
Yep.
not here to film any projects or anything like that.
Nope, just for fun. Kind of relaxing. It's been a rough year for my family. My mom's had a couple health things going on. So we were all just kind of like, we needed to like get out and just kind of like have some time to ourselves with the family. So
Decompress.
yeah.
Good for you guys. Very
Now,
good.
I want to tell you something right now. See, when I was trying to get a hold of you for your dad, or through your dad to get a hold of you to do this, he was giving me dates that I could do it on. And well, first it was originally supposed to be like February, and then something got moved and whatever. And then I started this podcast with Brian, and then I was talking with your dad more, and I said, well, come watch us, make sure that we're good and good enough for your daughter to come on, and we'll go from
We
there.
are not good. We are so bad.
Hey,
Oh,
he gave us his blessing. Well, and then he was like, well, in March she's got spring break, and we'll be, and I forgot that he said down in Florida until I reread his messages. I was like, okay. And he said March 20th through, and I can't remember the other dates. And then I said, well, I wasn't going to do anything on this day, on March 21st, because one, it was my grandfather's it would have been my grandfather's 97th birthday, but he passed away a year ago. And then my best friend, she passed away a year ago today. And so I decided that it was, I wanted something good on this day too. So I chose your interview for this day.
oh. Well, first of all, I'm really sorry to hear.
Yeah, my grandfather was we knew his was coming. My best friend, well, we didn't know we found her one day in her chair, and that was it, But that's why I chose this day for. Plus,
Yeah, we needed something. We always need something good to come out of something bad.
Yeah.
So,
like my daughter, Chloe, she's born on my dad's death date 9 years later. I always got something to look forward to. Unfortunately, it's Chloe, but well.
See, we have, so Mark's got several children. He was what we call in the in this. No, I'm not even going to do it. He's got what? Four beautiful kids, 3 girls and 1
3
boy.
girls, 1 boy, 2
They're
grand,
super
2 grandkids.
awesome, and he's got 2 grandkids. I've got a asshole. No, I'm just kidding. I have an older daughter. She's 24, and my youngest is 20, and they are both absolutely amazing. I wish all the best for them too. I mean, they're
Madison was older.
24.
Yeah.
24. Yeah, 24.
Oh, she's turning 25 this year. Yeah,
She'll be 25 this year. Yeah. But let me ask you, TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
I mean, I like to watch TikTok, so I do have TikTok, but it is strictly for watching TikToks.
So you don't make any videos.
I don't, but every so often I'm just like, what if I did though? Like, what if I did? It'd be kind of fun. So
I would do something with Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Bad idea. No, I definitely might. I feel like it's coming in the future. I actually get just scared because of my school. It's so small that I'm like, if I post something, everyone sees it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want everyone at my school to see it. I don't mind like people seeing it, but not the people at my school specifically.
Okay.
Wear a mask. That's what I told somebody else.
Yeah. I'm the new marshmallow. I don't know. Do you guys
There
like
you go.
Okay. Good.
Do you ever have you ever walked into public or like a mall or anything and have a kid come up to you and say that they knew you, that they wanted your autograph, that they some of these actors will say that they have people coming up to them telling them that you acting that gave them a smile or anything like that?
Not that I remember. So I'm pretty sure no. But you know who has? My dog.
Diamond.
My dog had someone come up to her in downtown Hollywood and was like, "Oh my God, that's Diamond!" And I just was stood there and I was like, "Are you kidding me right now? The dog got recognized and I'm the one out here trying to be an actor." No, it was really funny though. But no, I think the closest that has happened is you guys might know Carl Covington. He was in Vengeance and whatnot. We went to go get my dad a suit for I think it was the Beloved Beast premiere, and he recognized me because he was kind of in the scene a little bit. So that's about the closest we've gotten, but we don't know. One day.
Well, let's. Why don't you blast out your socials so that you can have your fans check you out, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. Why don't you go ahead and let people know how to find you?
I mean, I got pretty much all of the above. I got Facebook, I got Instagram, and I got TikTok. All just my name, which is a challenge to spell, but I believe it's in my little picture. So that's Sanae Loutsis, Sanae Loutsis. It's Sanae, but it looks like Sanae. So maybe that's easier to remember. And I'm usually the only one to come up if you just type in my first name. So.
Yep. Yeah, you do that on if you just go ask Siri, Sanae, it will absolutely pop up.
Woo! The one thing about unique names.
And that's your IMBD page. That is the very first one that pops up. So for those people that are watching, for those that will watch this, make sure you get over to her IMBD page, check her out, check out the movies that she has that we talked about. Cross Hollow, we talked about Dead River, Beloved Beast. I am super excited about this movie, and it's an older movie, but just the preview had me shook.
Oh yeah.
So
fireworks are starting, guys.
You're in Disney.
Yes,
so.
it's about that time. But I can't speak my technique.
Same.
We got him a handicap placard to hang in his car.
No, that's my tag.
I'm not making fun of handicapped people, just Mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do that often on here. But I believe she answered all my questions.
I think you answered all my questions too. Listen. Tell your father. Thank you very much. I'm sure
Sean,
he's there listening.
Tell
Sean, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you coming on, and we really appreciate you in the industry. Keep doing what you're doing, kiddo.
I can't wait to see what you do next.
And if you think that you got to turn something down, turn it down. Keep going, doing what you're doing. We are super excited to see what you do next.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, and I'm still very honored that you had me come on for this tough day that it is, and that I'm able to just be here.
You made it a little bit better for me.
Yeah, so I'm honored that you wanted me to be here for that.
Thank you.
And I had a lot of fun, so thank you guys for having me on. You asked some kind of tough questions. I'm not gonna lie. That was one.
Well, we could have went more in depth, and we could have been tougher, but this is your show. This is your hour. We want to give that to you. So.
Well, thank you. I
Absolutely
had a lot of fun. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, guys, you want to say goodbye to everybody?
I will say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll see my face again, or that maybe I will see you. I don't know. But
that's right, everybody. Check Sanae Loutsis out.
Loutsis, but we're almost there.
I am Loutsis. I'm
Just say
gonna
her
get it
first name for now on.
eventually.
Just say
Yeah.
her first name. She could drop that last name and just go by her first name. And,
Yeah, I'll do a Zendaya. You know, like
yeah, there you go.
Go check
people would
out.
just call it up.
Go check out her work. Get over to IMBD. There's a lot of movie clips out there for you to check out. And if you see a clip that you like I did, Beloved Beast, I'm going to be checking that out here soon. I hope that you guys will too. Sanae, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. It was a blast.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Mark, that was the interview that you wanted. You wanted that interview for a very long time, and I am super ecstatic that you got that interview, my friend.
So am I. Now it's the next one up.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go after the next one, even though I've been trying, for Medusa. But that's still in the works. I'm still trying to get her. Even though she lives right down the road. It's sad. She lives right down the road from us, and
she doesn't like us that much.
Yeah, well,
All right, guys. These movies that Sanaya is in, to me, a lot of these are going to appear to be horror and drama flicks. So if that's the genre for you, I really want you guys to check these movies out.
Yeah.
This Killcraft movie that she's in, I saw the preview, the little clip it for that. That looks fantastic. I don't know. Peter's probably going to get a hold of her again, and they're probably going to do something with another Friday the 13th film.
No, he said no more fan films.
Well, he said LOL.
Well, we know. But you never know. We'll see. Just remember us when you do that. You need extras. Just let us know ahead of time.
Mark's over here trying to die all the time.
No, I don't have to die now.
Oh, now?
I could be an extra. I don't care. Whatever.
Listen, you were asking her how it felt to be like the final girl. How would you feel to be the final Mark?
Yeah, my wife would be happy. No, she'd be happier if never mind. Anyways, we will be back Thursday with the Deluxe Edition podcast. They're also, part of the Deluxe Edition network. And from there, we'll go with who's the podcast of the month again?
Podcast of the month is Bev's Video Kingdom. I thought we had a podcast of the week.
So did I, but I should have asked Casey earlier. But you know what? How about this? Thursday, we'll ask Casey.
That's perfect. He needs to put that on the website or on Facebook and just be like, hey, check out the podcast of the week. Eventually that's going to be us or the podcast of the month. That might be oh, no. Here's what we're going to win. The Denny's. That's
the Denny's.
If you have not been over to the deluxeeditionnetwork.com, please, guys, get over there. Click on the Denny's Awards. Go to your favorite podcast. That's us here at Talking Shit. Please and thank you. We're trying to win a title belt. Mark's got one already. I think it's my turn to have one.
We'd have to split that, equally. We only live down the road from each other.
I'm not cutting it in half.
No. 1 week I have it, 1 week you have it, But that's a few questions that we have for, Casey and them. Casey and Ray, both of them. We're going to let them explain the Denny's to you guys. And then we're going to ask a few other questions for them, and we're going to have some fun. Oh, yeah. And Stephen Jarvis and Friends podcast, he's going to join us probably about halfway through the interview. Because he has some stuff he wants to, come in and talk about too. With
some secrets.
Yes, he's got some secrets. Let's see what they are, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I guess it's that time of the hour.
I swear to God, were you about to say it's that time of the month?
No. No. Come on. Not that bad. I might mess up my words, but not that bad.
No, it's all good, Mark. It's all good. Man, I've had a blast. I had a blast with Sanae.
Yes, I had.
I really,
I
really
love this
hope
one.
that everybody gets a chance to check her out on IMDb. Go check out her movies. Again, from me here at Talking Shit, my name is Brian,
I'm Mark.
and this has been Talking Shit. And don't forget to get over to the Deluxe Edition Network and check out all
Bev's
your favorite podcasts
Oh,
and Bev's Video Kingdom. I can't say it in a sexy voice. I can't do it.
you need that robotic voice now.
Yeah, I gotta hit the little thing.
Yeah, don't do it now. Wait until
I'm
you
not
figure it
sure
out.
what.
Oh my God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here.